10, 11 games.
Yeah.
Call it quits.
Right.
Big hefty fine.
Yo, Beth. That shit crazy.
On a Saturday, it's All Even with your boy Barry Grant. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast. You can catch me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Pod. I'm all over the place, man. And trust me, hit that YouTube button, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thanks button as well. Lots to get into today. We got NBA free agency. I mean, that's pretty much what the show is about. Football is dead right now. Baseball is reaching its dog days of summer. Yankees are killing. Mets are doing well. Dodgers are doing well. You know, we'll talk a little Yankees baseball, a little Mets baseball with my guest today. But before I do all of that, I just need to talk about that team that's currently in New York. When I talk about the Knicks, we'll talk about the Knicks in a few, but I always say be careful what you wish for. And I remember BrooklynNets fans were celebrating. They were jumping in the streets. We got Kevin Durant. We got Kyrie Irving. Everybody's like, all right, cool. You know, Knicks fans were a little jelly because they thought that KD was going to be a Knick, obviously. And, you know, Knicks fans were like, well, you guys are going to suck. You know, that little banter or whatever it is. But I thought that the Nets did something good. Brought in two guys, two superstar players that can be able to change the dynamic of your organization in regards to going from a laughingstock to respectability. But what did they do? Just like most desperate franchises do. They go overboard because they don't understand where there's a limit. You have to know certain players don't deserve certain levels of power. You know you can be able to trust LeBron James with power. You know that you can be able to trust Michael Jordan with power. They gave him a little power in Chicago. Magic Johnson had a lot of power in LA. But there's certain players that you know that they're just designed to be players. They should not have any dealings in the front office. But smart organizations do that, not desperate ones. And the Brooklyn Nets are a desperate franchise. When you give Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and then add James Harden to that mix when you didn't have to. They had a young team. They had talented players, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie. They had a nice combination of young talent as well as veterans. But what did they say? Oh, no. We don't want that. No. We want James Harden. We want a guy that's never won anything in the playoffs. We want a guy that's cried his way out of situations, that doesn't show up in shape for regular seasons, right, that just does what he wants. We want him to go with the other two guys that one is not a leader and the other one takes days off because he doesn't really care. So you have three of those guys on one team and everybody thought that it would work. But you know who knew it wasn't going to work?
Knicks fans.
This guy. This guy right here. I knew it wasn't going to work. I knew it. You can't put three of those guys together and expect it works, right? No. So what happens? Kyrie Irving says, all right, I don't want to take the vax. I'm going to stay home. James Harden gets mad at Kyrie Irving, so he wants to leave. KD is by himself, and he wears down at the end of the season. Now we're here. Kyrie wants to leave. We're hearing he wants to go to LA. KD has asked for a trade out of Brooklyn, and James Harden is already in Philadelphia.
The vaccination, that was the downfall.
Do you think so?
Of Brooklyn, absolutely.
I don't agree with that.
Absolutely.
You know what I think the downfall was?
Where?
You know what I think the downfall was?
Where?
Them allowing Kyrie to take the podium and say, yeah, Steve Nash, we're gonna co-coach. There is no head coach here.
Yeah, that was the beginning of it. But the real downfall was Kyrie not getting a vaccination. Because
I agree.
That statement was made before James Harden.
Right.
Right? So once James got there, it was like that was a lock. That's finals. That's finals. Not finals victory, but finals appearance.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least.
Of course.
At least.
They were
All right?
at least a conference finals team. At
Exactly. That's a bigger trio than Wade, Braun, and Boss.
Well, talent wise.
Talent wise,
Not
yeah,
IQ
sure.
wise.
But not IQ wise, but talent wise,
Yes, I agree. Yes.
that's a big three.
Yeah.
They should at least have 3 NBA championships by now.
Who?
Not 0. The Nets.
3.
They should have 3. That's how good they are, bro.
This ain't 2K.
They should have. They
talking
should
about 3.
have. They should have played in the bubble. If they won in the bubble, then you know what wouldn't have happened.
You see, now you already throwing shots when you shouldn't throw shots. You shouldn't throw shots.
Listen. I'm a Knicks fan.
Yes,
I'm a Knicks fan.
and that's why
I have
misery
no
loves
ammo.
company. That's
I
the
have no
problem.
ammo. But if they played in the bubble, they would have won. Kevin Durant hates press, hates media.
Kevin Durant hates
The
everything.
bubble would have been a perfect place for him.
Kevin Durant hates everything.
Kyrie likes to talk. The bubble would have been a perfect place for him because there's nobody to talk to.
Kyrie hates everything too. That's why they're best friends.
Yeah, but I'm saying they should have 3 titles.
That's why they're best friends. Look, I don't agree with the 3 titles.
At least 2.
I
At least 2.
think that they would have possibly got to 1. Like, think about last season. If Harden was healthy and Kyrie was healthy, I think they beat Milwaukee in that 7 games because KD did his thing, right?
Yeah.
He did all he could, but it just wasn't enough. You know, his big ass foot with the toe on the line.
Toe on the line,
you know,
smaller sneakers.
You gotta understand, like you gotta move those planks.
Smaller sneakers make you run
Yeah.
faster, remember?
So you know, it's but the thing is, there's chaos now, all because Brooklyn doesn't understand how to win consistently. They're not a franchise like the Spurs. You think this can happen in San Antonio?
Absolutely not.
Do you think this would have happened in LA?
But why? Why wouldn't it happen in San Antonio?
Stability.
No, but who is stabilizing?
Greg Popovich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
LA doesn't have that. They don't have
You mean Brooklyn?
LA or Brooklyn doesn't have that.
Oh, we had it before.
Yeah, before,
Yeah.
but with Phil,
Okay.
right?
But we have that's what I'm saying. We have a history of it. The
of
Nets
having
don't.
it. Right.
Nets don't.
The Nets, their glory years, glory days was when Jason Kidd, Kerry Kittles, Vince Carter, and Kmart.
Right. And
was
what
there.
was the
And Van
difference
Horn.
between that team and this team? You had a bunch of mature veterans
Right.
that understood what they needed to do.
Right.
You got 3 guys that they put together that none of them win. KD
Right.
won going to Golden State because
Right.
of that culture. He went there for stability.
Right.
Kyrie Irving had success in Cleveland because of LeBron James and the stability of that 3-year run that they had.
Right.
James Harden had stability in regards to D'Antoni making him better than what he was in that system. Outside of that, James Harden is not as good as people think he is. He's good, but D'Antoni increased his level of usage. His points per game went up. His assists went up.
Yeah.
D'Antoni increased his ability. So outside of those 3 figures for these players, it's all chaos.
Yeah.
And now you put them all 3 together. Who's leading?
No one.
Who's leading?
No one.
That's the problem.
They should have never fired Kenny Atkinson and,
That's
hired
one.
Steve Nash.
That's one.
They should have never.
I agree with you because
But-
Kenny Atkinson would have put their ass in their place.
Yeah, but that's when you go back to culture, like you said. But that's the Nets culture. They
Nothing.
they make big trades and nothing comes out of it.
Yeah.
When they have lesser players, they make it further.
Facts.
It doesn't make
They gotta
sense.
try harder.
Right. It
Yeah,
doesn't
they
make
actually,
sense.
They actually have to do their job.
Exactly. You know, for those last 3 years, I mean, you could flip flop Knicks and Nets. Who's more dysfunctional?
Right. I would say the Nets. Now,
Oh, absolutely.
here's a question for you, my man. Who's the most dysfunctional team that you've seen in the last decade? Is it the Nets? Are the Nets the biggest flop to you?
In the last decade. Well, there's a few teams. It can't just be the Nets.
Yeah, but is there any
But-
team that even comes close to the Nets?
No. Not right now. Well, I mean the Knicks. The Knicks definitely.
I don't think so, bro. Even the Knicks didn't have this level of star power and fail.
Yeah, but we had Melo.
You had
Stoudemire. It's still, it was still a level of dysfunction. Even when we had Spree and Allen, it was still a level of dysfunction.
But y'all got to
but
the
we
finals.
won. Once.
Y'all got to a finals.
Once.
And y'all got to an Eastern Conference Finals the year after. So y'all had some success. You didn't win a chip.
We didn't win.
But at least you went farther than these bums.
Yeah, but they went to 2 straight finals.
Yeah.
All right. Regardless of losing or winning, they went to 2. We went to the 1. And got beat.
The Nets right now, I don't know. What do you think, Chloe? He's a Knicks fan too. He doesn't really care about the Nets.
Yeah.
I think it's over. Where does KD go?
If I'm Sean Marks, I send him anywhere but his destination spots.
Okay, so you want to play hardball.
It's not even
They've
playing,
never played hardball. All of a sudden they're going to play hardball
It's
now?
not even playing hardball. It's, all right, you can't really send him to Phoenix. Who are you going to get in return? If that package doesn't include, like, Devin Booker, if it doesn't include Booker, I don't want it.
Well, the thing is, the funny thing about this whole situation, right, is that they can't trade Devin Booker.
Oh, right.
Because the way the NBA works, and a lot of people didn't know this, is that when you have that rookie extension, you can't have 2 guys on the same team with rookie extensions. Ben Simmons has one already, right? And if you trade for a guy like Devin Booker, he's another one. If you trade for a guy like Bam Adebayo, he's another one. If you trade for a guy like Jamal Murray, he's another one. So every young player that you know has had a rookie extension, which means that you can't trade them for KD.
So where's he going to go?
So
Where is he going to go? The Spurs?
How about Golden State?
Yeah, but what's Golden State giving up? If I'm the Nets,
Sign and trade Wiggins.
I don't want Jordan Poole and I don't want Wiggins.
Sign and trade Wiggins. Take Moody. Take Kuminga.
Wiseman.
You're not putting all of them in there, but
Listen, that's KD.
yeah.
It's Giannis, LeBron, KD. Or, you know, you could say Curry.
I put Curry over KD right now.
We beg to differ, but yeah. I'll stick to my list.
What about Kyrie? Where does Kyrie go?
He stays in Brooklyn.
What?
What are you gonna do with him?
What do you mean?
Who wants him?
What you mean? Who wants him?
Who wants him?
The team in LA wants him. The Lakers will take him. Listen.
But who are they giving up?
What do you mean? Who are you giving up? Westbrook.
Nobody wants Westbrook.
They got no choice.
Listen, nobody wants Westbrook.
They got no choice.
Nobody wants him. Who are you gonna give up?
That's like somebody who is in high school and would you rather go to the prom by yourself or would you rather take the ugly girl who may like you?
Or just
take the ugly girl who likes you.
Or just stay home and go to the after parties.
Nah, you want to go to the prom. You want to go hang out with your friends, but you need a date because everybody else got one. You're not gonna go there solo. So you gonna take Westbrook?
No.
Take Westbrook.
No. I need AD and Westbrook.
No.
That's the only way it makes sense.
No.
You can't trade me A+.
What about this trade package?
For a C.
If you're the net, all right, just behave like you're Sean Marks, right? I'm Rob Pelinka. I'm giving you a call.
All right, I got that hat.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? I got a trade for you.
Shoot.
All right? I'll give you Westbrook, THT, 2 first-round picks. You give me Kyrie and what's the kid name? Harris. Give me Harris and call it square.
I'm hanging up.
What? What are you hanging up?
That's a good deal. You're asking for a king's ransom.
That is not a king's ransom.
Troublemaker. No. I'm hanging up. I'd rather keep him. I'd rather keep Kyrie. I'll trade Kevin Durant, get a king's ransom in return, and then figure out what I'm going to do with Kyrie throughout the season. KD, when KD's unhappy, he's not going to play. He'll probably cut his hair and all his powers goes away. You know what I mean? Nappy hair KD is what we want in the NBA. That
Nappy hair KD.
That is what we want in the NBA.
That's funny. All right, so we'll talk more about the Nets situation, and we'll go into your New York Knicks, because I know you're a sufferer, back after the break.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Oh, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast?
Yeah, my man got the joint. What's up?
All Even?
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this, yo, what's up, man? All Even. Yo, you, oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now, well, that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump in
All
the
Even
camera?
podcast, right?
Yeah, All
Shout out
Even.
to All Even podcast, right? All Even? That's your man?
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even podcast. You cool?
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
G. What is it, G? Oh. I shout him out, G. Oh.
Welcome back, y'all. So, we got into a nice discussion, but definitely want to introduce my man. You know, what's going on, Kev?
Yo, man, I'm here.
Long time, man. I've known you for 20 plus years.
Lord,
That in itself just sounds
listen,
sounds too long. We may have to find ways to kind of sever this relationship.
never,
I gotta try to
never
put some space between us.
from the Q85 to the N train, baby.
Man,
That's
man.
forever.
And
Forever.
since I've known you, though, you've been a Knicks fan.
Yes, unfortunately.
Obviously, you got the Yankee stuff on too. Which is
Well, that's just.
there should be a rule on my show.
That's just.
If you're gonna root for the Yankees, I have no problem with that. But you're not gonna wear Yankee attire
Yeah, for other
in the
guys.
Old Even podcast studio. It should be banned.
For other
it should
guys.
be banned.
For other guys.
What do you mean? You're no special.
Yeah, I'm very special. 20
not
plus
special
years.
guest.
We're like, what is that? I don't even drink wine or champagne. You know what I'm saying? I don't even do that. But
You would never get it on the show.
it's like
You'll get some water.
a nice Merlot. You know,
Merlot. You get some water.
No,
I put some lemon in the water. That's as much as you get.
listen. You're great. The podcast is great. So you need
Don't
another
try to
part
flatter
of greatness
Don't
in
try to
it.
flatter me because so you can wear that Yankee stuff.
You know what I'm saying? You got the great one on the wall.
Yeah, Kobe.
He should have been a Laker in 2010, but we're not gonna speak on that.
Laker?
No, Nick.
Why would he go to the Knicks?
Yeah, because he wanted to stick it to
No
the
one
Lakers.
wants to go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
You got a Laker right now, though. You got an ex-Laker. You got Randall. You should be happy.
You know what? I took a shot at your Lakers. You took a shot at me.
That's it.
You didn't even take a shot at my team. You just took a shot at me.
All right, that's what I do. I take shots at my guests, not at the teams.
You know,
I don't hate the teams. I hate the fans of the teams.
as a Knicks fan, I'm realizing we're always taking the entrails of the Lakers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Phil Jackson,
Pretty much.
Randall.
Pretty much.
Probably like in another year, it's gonna be THT.
Yes. I can see THT in the Knick uniform.
Yeah, I can see that now. But I'd rather that than Fournier
True.
or
Now,
Randall.
let's get into it. We spoke about the Nets. Spoke about that dumpster fire over there, right? That burning inferno,
It's a great week to be a Knicks fan.
right? So Knicks fans, I'm sure, are very, very happy right now for multiple reasons.
Yes.
Because the Nets are such a shit dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And two, you guys have been very active in the draft. You guys backed out of the draft completely. Got Keels, which is a good guy, but
Keels is
you got
good.
you got more picks now. But you guys have signed Jalen Brunson to a 4-year, $104 million deal. What are your thoughts on Jalen Brunson joining the Knicks? You know, they recently had added his father to the coaching staff as well. So once they got him, you already knew it was a done deal.
Yes. You know, Rick Brunson, famous Nick,
Famous for what?
sitting on the bench.
Oh, okay, cool. Playing cards on the bench.
Playing cards, getting millions.
Yeah.
You know, while Allen Houston and the boys was
Yeah.
making things happen. You know, but I don't know. You know, I'm very indifferent. I would have rather Javante Murray,
Okay.
but
why are you indifferent to Jalen Brunson? Is it his game? Do you
It's-
think he's overpaid with the Knicks?
as a Knick fan, well, you know, for you to be a Knick, you're going to be overpaid.
That is true.
But it's for a Knick fan, I'm reminded of Jerome James. right?
Jerome James,
You know?
shouts to Jerome James. He had that one playoff run with the Seattle Supersonics at that time.
Shout out to Jerome James.
I think he played like 5 or 6 games and got $30+ million for the Knicks.
Absolutely, you know they drank the Kool-Aid very early.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm reminded of. He had a great, you know what? He had a great year too, because Luka was hurt a little bit, but he had a great playoff. He's a great number 2.
Do you think that it can translate? Like, for me, I don't look at Jalen Brunson as a starter. That's the problem.
Right.
Like, can he be that starter point guard for you guys?
He can, but to me, he's quickly. He comes off the bench. He's a spark. He gets the second team going. He's quickly.
True.
What are you going to do with quickly?
What are you going to do with quickly? I mean, you got Homer Simpson coaching the team, so you already knows what.
Derrick Rose is going to play.
Derrick Rose is going to play. He's coming off an injury. So, I mean, they're very guard heavy.
Is McBride going to play?
Possibly.
Well, he's not a rookie anymore. So
right. So maybe, the Thibodeau will like him for that.
Yeah.
But then you also re-signed Mitchell Robinson. What are your thoughts about getting Mitchell Robinson getting, 5 years, $60 million?
Right. I like Mitch. And it's not that much. It's really not that not that much. 5 years, $60 million. I mean, he's not there all the time.
That's why you guys got Hartenstein.
Right. Oh, God, I say Hartenstein. Is that a... you're just putting it to me.
Yo, listen, man. Claw, how you feel, man? Big time Knicks fan. You like the moves? No?
I like Kemba.
Yeah, but Kemba's not here anymore.
I know.
Let's stop talking to Claw. Let's stop talking to Claw. Out of 20 years plus years that I've known you, that was the worst thing I've ever heard you say.
Why, you didn't like Kemba? You didn't like Kemba?
Kemba?
I like Kemba.
He's a New Yorker. What you mean?
Listen, everybody's a New Yorker. Everybody's a New Yorker at the end of their career, and they want to get paid. Yeah, I love New York. I love New York. What, bro? He from the Bronx,
bro.
Right?
You saw what he did last year when Thibs put him in the doghouse and then needed him, and he was dropping 40 every game.
Yeah. Every 10 games.
Every other game he's dropping 40.
He'll drop 40 every 10 games.
Don't hate on my man, man. Kemba was for the culture. Facts.
No, we didn't need Kemba. We definitely didn't need Kemba. All right? No. We didn't need Brunson. We're desperate, so we went after Brunson.
Okay.
We could have waited.
For who?
Javonte Murray.
But what about Spider Mitchell?
That domino's gonna fall. But I think with the moves that Utah made, it looks like they want to keep Spider Mitchell.
Don't be segueing before I segue.
Oh.
Don't be segueing before I segue.
I'm sorry.
This is not your show. All right, don't segue before I segue.
You're my brother.
Yeah, that was good.
You're my brother.
That was good. I respect that.
You're my brother.
Now, you podding right now. I respect that.
You're my brother.
But we gotta segue the right way. Right, Nicole, you gotta tell him, give him the sign. Hey, don't do that. All right, you gotta wait for the transition. Now, as my brother said, segueing into the big deals that have been happening in free agency, the Utah Jazz are pretty much selling everything. Right? They've traded everything. They got a lot of picks. Now Rudy Gobert is gone. He's in Minnesota with Cat and Anthony Edwards. That team looks a little dynamic. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But going back to Spider Mitchell, I believe that if there is a deal to be made for him, I think teams will be calling the Jazz. However, due to the fact that him and Rudy Gobert not getting along, them clearing the decks and having him be the focal point of the offense. Because I've always said on my show for years that they can find another rim-running big and surround Donovan Mitchell with better shooters, better players, and they will be just as good without Rudy Gobert as they were with him.
Better.
So I think Utah right now is in a space where they're fine with building around Spider, and I think Spider will be fine staying there because Gobert is not there. What are your thoughts on that?
No, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Once I saw they traded Rudy, I was like, well, there go my Knicks not getting Spider. He ain't coming home.
And listen, I was very happy about the move yesterday when it happened. I wasn't too happy because I would prefer that the Utah Jazz send Rudy Gobert to NBA Transylvania or some place like this. I wanted him to be exiled from the NBA.
Yeah.
Because for me, Rudy Gobert is just one of those overpriced players that doesn't do much other than block shots. Yeah. And he's not even that great of a defensive player because dudes light him up constantly.
But he blocks
they light
shots.
his ass up.
But he blocks a lot.
Yeah.
Of
There's
shots.
a lot of guys that block shots for the cheap.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that block shots. You can go get my man JaVale McGee that does the same thing that Rudy Gobert does.
He just got signed too.
Yeah, for a third of the money.
Yeah.
For a third of the money. That's what I'm saying. So it's like I like where Utah's going, but we'll see about Spider Mitchell. But let's segue into those Minnesota Timberwolves and Rudy Gobert. What are your thoughts on that lineup? Moving Cat to the 4, having Gobert at the 5, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, and D'Lo in that starting five.
I love it.
Why?
I love it. Now Cat doesn't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
He's got the big Frenchman in the middle.
They got the big Frenchman in the
That's
middle.
all.
But how did they look defensively?
Defensively, everybody collapsed. Let everybody go into Rudy.
So do you think that they're going to be one of the top teams in the West next year?
No.
So why make the move then?
No, but they'll get themselves out of the playing game, out of the 7-8 seed.
So
they might be a nice 5, a nice 6.
So they'll be a 5, 6?
I think so. I think a nice 5, nice 6.
Can they contend with Golden State?
No one's going to contend with Golden State.
Can they contend with Denver?
It depends.
Clippers?
They can't contend. They got John Wall.
What? You just talked about John Wall like John Wall was
Wall.
Michael Jordan. They just got John.
They got
What does
John
that
Wall.
mean?
That means
They're the Clippers.
they actually have a point guard.
They're the Clippers.
Yeah, but listen, you've known me for a very long time.
Right.
And you know
And
how
I've been trashing you about your Clippers for decades.
And you know how I feel about the Clippers.
Right.
All right? They're my Knicks of the West Coast.
There's a reason why I hate you so much. Because of your love for the Clippers.
Absolutely. And now you're going to have their own arena.
They ain't got it yet. They still paying rent.
Yeah, but you know what? Hey,
and we don't have them. We don't have them on the first floor. We got them in the basement.
It's all right. We're gonna
got them in the basement.
We're gonna get out of that cellar dome that you guys call a place.
It'll
Staples
always
Center.
be Staples. It'll always be Staples.
That's cellar.
Not crypto.com, whatever nonsense Genie Bus wants to get paid
right.
for. It's Staples.
Listen,
okay.
Listen. The Clippers, they got John Wall. Hopefully, you can have a healthy Kawhi, healthy Paul George.
I think he'll be healthy.
A healthy Reggie Jackson coming off the bench.
That's fair. And I also too
Trey Man.
Trey Man, like Trey Man.
Trey Man is like my
Zubac is back.
Yeah.
You know?
But Trey Man's my poor man's version of Jordan Poole.
Okay.
All right. He has that potential to be that.
I respect that.
Okay. With him and Jackson coming off the bench together.
Yo, you know what, you talking about the Clippers like you think that they're gonna win a chip or something.
There's gonna be another number one team in LA.
Kev, let me tell you something.
Another number one team in LA.
Let me tell you something about life, right? I'm gonna just map this out.
Okay.
There's death,
right?
There's taxes,
right?
And there's Clippers will never win.
They'll win.
It's just the way it goes.
They'll win.
Death, taxes, Clippers will never win.
They'll win.
Let me ask you a question, football wise, right?
Right.
Will the Bengals ever win a Super Bowl?
They were close.
Will they win one?
They could have. They should have. A couple of plays here and there.
Will they win one?
Aaron Donald not going crazy.
Are they going to get one?
Never.
Okay, then. So how you feel about the Lions is how I feel about the Clippers. And guess what? The Clippers have never failed me.
But listen.
Ever.
The Lions are purgatory. That's NFL
So
purgatory.
the Clippers?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It is not. It's a nice place now.
You can put sprinkles on shit. It's not a cupcake.
Listen.
It's not.
Listen.
I'm gonna be real.
It is though. It is.
You know, it's not. You might be able to sell that in an organic or a supermarket as a cupcake, but it's not
a cupcake. But listen. They have with Paul George last year.
Who?
Just Paul George.
Who? You talking about Waldo George?
PG24.
Waldo.
That's what he needs to leave
I
the number
call him
13
Waldo
away.
George.
and go to PG-24.
His name is Waldo George. You know why I call him Waldo George, Kev?
Where's Waldo?
Because you can never find him.
When it's crunch time. But listen, when Kawhi is healthy,
right,
he'll play better.
When is Kawhi ever healthy?
He'll be healthy this year.
Okay, cool. Listen, I'm gonna have you back on the couch.
He'll be healthy this year.
Because when the Clippers fall apart,
right,
I need you right here.
Listen,
when I speak to you about it, it's not gonna be this aggressive tone that I have now. It's gonna be more. Listen, Kev, I understand.
No.
You said a lot of crazy things in the summer. No. I'm here to support you. But I'm here to forgive you. I would like for you to apologize to me for all of the bad things that you said to me about the Clippers in the summertime. That's what's gonna happen. Okay?
You know why that'll never happen?
Why?
Because when next summer comes along, you'll be in such depression.
I'm already in depression.
Because the Mets and Yankees will have a Subway Series, and the Mets will lose, and you won't even remember the fact that the Clippers were in the finals and the Lakers didn't make it.
One thing I will never ever forget: Clippers and finals in the same sentence. Won't happen.
They'll be in the finals.
The basketball gods won't do that to me.
Western
They won't do that to me.
Western Conference Finals next year will be Golden State versus the LA Clippers.
And for the first time in my life,
you'll be a Warrior
I'll be
fan.
a Golden State Warriors fan.
I believe it.
First time in my life.
I believe it. Listen, with a healthy Kawhi,
oh my goodness,
it's a different story. I know it's a lot of what ifs.
Everybody with that same tune.
It's a lot of
Leonard was healthy.
It's a lot of what ifs.
If only I had made the bus at this time, I wouldn't have been late for school.
Right.
If this would have happened.
But if Kawhi is healthy, it's a different story. The same way if AD can manage to play more than 53, 54
AD's
games.
in the same category as Kawhi.
If he's healthy, the Lakers are a different situation, even with Westbrook.
No.
That's what's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna take him. He's not going anywhere.
Somebody's gonna take him.
He's home.
Somebody's gonna take him.
He's home. He's home.
Somebody's gonna take him.
Listen, Magic Johnson and Kurt Rambis and Jeannie Buss and what's Kupchak and Big Shot Rob Pelinka and Phil Jackson. They'll fix him.
How can you fix him?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen how Westbrook shoots the ball? First off, his jump shot is his form is suspect.
Like you said, shit on cupcakes.
Yeah.
Boom. That's Westbrook on your Lakers.
Don't try to use my analogy, right? Because you just completely bombed it. Don't try to Westbrook on your Lakers. My analogy. Don't do that.
That's Westbrook on the Lakers right now. But like I said, Westbrook could have a great year next year. What if he turns into triple-double Westbrook?
He's still not good.
Yeah, but what if he turns into that?
He's still not good.
But what if? Listen, you're a Met fan. I'm a Knicks fan. So we believe in what if. So what
you
if
can't compare
Westbrook,
the Mets to the Knicks. You know that, right? You know the Mets are actually more successful than the Knicks?
But they're the same.
No, they're not.
They're the same.
No, they are not.
They're the same.
Last time I saw my team in the World Series was 7 years ago.
Losing.
It don't matter.
Last time I saw the Knicks anywhere, they were...
You were a child.
No, but they were...
You were a child.
But they were...
What?
Losing. All right? So listen, all right? It's... I have my Yankees.
Why did you let me put him on my show?
He's a nice guy. Thought he was.
Thought, right?
Well, look, I'm surrounded by Met fans. Nicole, are you a Met fan? See, I'm surrounded by Met fans.
You saw the look that she gave you?
All right? I'm surrounded by Met fans.
You saw the dirty look that she gave you with that jersey on?
Yeah, I know. Not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's perfect.
This is all a Queens room right here.
I believe that, but look, I'm from Harlem.
Oh, so that's why, right?
But I was raised in Queens.
So you should be a Mets fan.
No. Listen. Growing up, nah. No, I wasn't raised next to the Polos, but where I was raised in Harlem,
Shouts to Harlem.
Shout out to Harlem, Grant Housing, Grammy Grant. You know what I'm saying? It's all Yankee Nation. We don't believe in that. So
just because everybody else was Yankee fans, you had to be a Yankee fan?
It's not that. When you don, you don't wear a Yankee hat. You don a Yankee hat. You wear a Met hat.
So y'all just making up words just to make it sound cool. Y'all Y'all look crazy.
It's a crown.
Darn.
It's a New York identifier that Yankee hat.
People identify with the Mets hat too. Don't disrespect me.
Not as much. You could wear a Yankee hat in a third world country. They'll know. Oh, Yankee 27. They don't say, oh, amazings. No. What is that? Is that a new color for the Yankees? That's what they will say.
Shots right now.
You know,
it might be a little accurate, but that's not fair. that's not fair.
You know,
that's
but I got love. Happy belated Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yo, listen, it's a great day.
Happy belated.
Shouts to Bobby Bonilla. He's the best and greatest businessman that ever walked the planet.
1.9 for the next 13 years.
Ever.
Yep.
Whoever was his agent and told him about that, that man deserves a medal.
Paid.
He deserves Nobel Peace Prize. Whatever you want to give him.
Shouts
to Bobby Bonilla.
Shout out to Bobby.
But we going back to the NBA right now because I don't want to talk about those damn Mets. They upset me right now. They just snapped their 3-game losing streak last night.
That's okay. But first place.
Who do you think is the winners so far in free agency? We've had a lot of moves. We saw Malcolm Brogdon. He got traded to Boston. I'm hearing that Danilo Gallinari may end up signing with Boston as well. I'm hearing that Thomas Bryant is deciding. I mean, he's no difference maker, but
he's not a difference
I heard
maker.
Boston, the Lakers, and the Raptors. Out of all of the teams that have made moves, and they've been a lot of them, which team sticks out the most, and which team you think is the overall winner?
Well,
and loser, obviously.
Boston getting Malcolm Brogdon
is big.
It's big,
right? And they already said that he's going to come off the bench.
That's even big.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's big.
Yeah,
that's a big jump from Pritchard to Brogdon.
Right.
It's a big jump.
Yeah, that's facts.
But I could never give Boston,
props.
No, never. I hate Boston.
I mean, listen, you gotta give respect where respect due.
Not to Boston. But
Boston fans are scum. But the management, what they doing over there is
no, they're doing the thing. But I love the Minnesota move.
Oh, so you think you think the T-Wolves are the
Minnesota
winners?
Move. The T-Wolves and the Clippers are a toss-up right now.
What did the Clippers do?
John Wall. You're acting like we haven't.
This John Wall nonsense. The man hasn't played in like 6 years.
What
are you talking about?
It's like the conversation we had earlier with Kyrie.
Right.
With him at Duke only playing 4 games.
Correct.
He saw the writing on the wall. I don't need to play. I'm better than everybody.
So you're saying that John Wall stayed home on purpose and just collected the money?
Absolutely. We
gonna see what happens.
Fresh
with
legs.
John Wall. I don't.
Fresh legs.
I don't hate John Wall. I don't think that he's gonna be a bad player for the Clippers. I think he's gonna fit
very well.
But is he the missing piece?
Yes.
There's never a missing piece. You're a Clipper.
Listen, it's the athleticism. John All could create
his
own shot.
Left. You talking about athleticism?
Look. It's all a game. It's a game. All right. Who wants to play for Houston? Nobody. Who wants to play for the Wizards, other than Bradley Beal? Nobody. All right. Now you have this added. You rejuvenated your career in a way. You're gonna play with Kawhi. You're gonna play with Paul George. You're in LA.
Clipper talk on this show.
You're in LA
right now.
All right. You're in LA. It's LA.
This is the first and the last time that you're gonna be on this show.
I haven't even gotten into my Knicks yet. This is LA. Oh, goodness. We're talking LA. All right. It's a beautiful situation.
No,
now,
it's not.
Now you're looking across and you're like, all right, we could beat the Lakers. LeBron is getting older. He doesn't want to be a Laker anyway. He's waiting for Bronny to go to Cleveland, and he could go to Cleveland and play with Bronny.
So you just taking unnecessary shots right now.
Look, LeBron, the Lakers. It's purgatory.
You know why I love this?
Let's mark this date.
Let's mark this date because when Clipper fans are happy, they move the rock that they've been sitting under for a while. They got daylight And they're looking around like, yeah, it's such a nice day. We are happy. And once you go back to being the Clippers, you go right back into that hole and you move that rock into position and you're never seen again for the next year or two.
Look. But first of all, I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
First of all, the fact that you're a Knicks fan and a Clipper fan, that right there should get you disqualified.
Where did the Clippers come from?
Huh?
Where did the Clippers?
You're a Clippers fan.
But where did the Clippers come from?
What do you mean where they came from?
What state did they come from?
They've always been around. What, Buffalo?
Where's Buffalo?
Upstate New York.
It's where?
That's not even considered New York.
It's New York.
That's not considered New York.
You know,
nobody down here.
That's just biasness.
Nobody in Queens, Long Island, the city. Nobody recognizes the Buffalo Bills as a New York team.
But they should.
No one.
They should.
No one.
But I bet you if they would have won at least one of those Super Bowls, it'd be a lot.
Somebody would have been, hey, I was always a Bills
exactly.
fan. New York, right?
Exactly.
Nonsense.
But they're from New York. All right, they're from New York. And, I admire it. I love that powder blue color. You know, powder blue and the red. Rochester Clippers. It's great. It's a great color. It's a great color. But I'm just saying, I'm a Knicks fan. Garden, me. That's me. All right? It's all me. But the Clippers are a team that I like to watch play when they're healthy.
Gotcha. So we're going to talk a little bit of Deshaun Watson. And I am very nervous because you are a wild card. So I am interested to hear what you got to say. Back after this. Welcome back, y'all. So I don't even want to do this. I don't.
Come on, man. We're going to do this.
I don't want to do it.
We're going to do this. Claude, we're going to do this, right?
I don't want to do this.
We're going to do this.
Because I've spoken to you off camera about this. Yeah, like we definitely got to sign a waiver today. Deshaun Watson's situation, I think the jury or the trial or whatever they're doing in regards to his fate for the upcoming season has concluded. They don't have a timetable in regards to a decision. I believe that he should be suspended for the next year, and then they can be able to reconvene, and then I think they should suspend him again. I feel like he needs a 2-year ban. That's just my opinion. But what are your thoughts? I'm a little nervous about what you think.
I've changed my stance.
But I'm gonna give you the platform. Go ahead, bro.
I've changed my stance a little bit. All right, I've changed my stance.
Is that because of you, or because of the wife?
It's just the wife, the kids.
Right.
It's just.
So what? So I need to hear it. What's up?
I changed a little bit. Deshaun Watson. All right. I put blame on him a little bit. I put blame on the people around him.
Okay.
All right. One mistake, 2 mistakes, okay, whatever. But to have more than 50 come out and speak the same thing, same story.
Right.
There's some truth behind, the story.
Absolutely.
There's some truth behind it.
Will we know the full truth? Probably not.
Probably not. Before, I didn't blame him too much because I'm like, oh, these girls, they're just witch hunting. It happens. Right. He's a big star. He's worth millions. He just got the ridiculous contract extension with Cleveland.
$230.
Fully guaranteed.
Nuts. Fully
guaranteed. All right.
Like, yo.
$230 million. Fully guaranteed. Okay, exactly.
Who okayed that?
I don't know, but whoever his agent was,
he deserves a medal too.
He deserves a medal.
Because here's the thing: the agent knew that he was a big time creep, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna still try to get you this $230,
and still got it.
Still get you this $230. I know what type of person you are.
There's 2 people.
I'm gonna get you paid.
There's 2 people that got away with robbing the NFL.
Right.
Kirk Cousins, and now Deshaun Watson.
Kirk Cousins still robbing the NFL.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's still getting read up for ridiculous amounts of money.
He ain't this.
But he's not Deshaun Watson.
Right.
So I was thinking, they're just looking after it. But then when you look at it, it's like, bro, you're settling out of court.
Still got some more cases to go.
Still more cases to go. You only settle when you're guilty.
Facts.
All right, you know, maybe I was a little too hard on him. All right. Okay, it's he's a creep.
Yeah. Listen, that's where it ends with me.
He's Cosby creep.
But
Now, there's also the other side.
there's always another side.
Out of all those girls, there had to be more. Who accepted?
Yeah.
So it gave him
Carte blanche.
right, and now he felt everyone is, would do that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've said this on the show weeks back that when you've reached a certain level of success, right, there's a self-awareness deficiency that you have.
Right.
Where you don't believe that the rules apply to you. If people have said yes to you 10 times in a row, everybody says yes.
Yeah.
You don't hear no.
So
And even if somebody does say no, I'm not really comfortable with that. Oh no, they'll say yes eventually because I'm Deshaun Watson or I'm such and such. Everybody says yes.
always accustomed to yes.
Yeah, so it's a self-awareness it's a disease, it's a syndrome.
Right.
Maybe that's gonna be something that they diagnose a couple of years from now. That people just don't understand the actual word that's coming out of somebody's mouth and it kind of downloads differently when it goes into the processing center.
Well, the money drowns you.
No, that too.
It deafens you.
Right?
So you're hearing no, but it's like yes because I am Deshaun Watson. What do you mean no?
Right.
I could change your life right now.
That's true. So how many games do you think he gets?
See, now this is where we disagree.
Okay.
The NFL is notorious to being womanizers, from owners to management to players.
You that's a hot take right now.
All right,
That's a hot take right now.
it's notorious. From Snyder to Jones,
Don't put my man Jerry Jones in there. Leave Jerry Jones out of this.
I'm still wondering, why are you a Cowboys?
Leave Jerry Jones out of this. Okay. But I agree with you.
They're notorious for that.
Right. So how many games?
Not the year. 8 games.
8 games.
8 games. No appeals. 8
So
straight
straight 8.
games. Straight 8. Very hefty fine. You have to go in and community service with trying to get women to actually not feel sick when they hear your name.
I think that boat has sailed.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
When it comes to society, let's keep it 100 right now. When it comes to women being under siege by a man, and even if that man is proven innocent in court, right? Found innocent in court, the stigma never goes away.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like you can be acquitted of rape or whatever it is.
You're still a rapist.
You see what happened with Kobe Bryant? Was never charged with that, but you still had people that referred to him as a rapist.
Right.
Even when he died, they were still talking about him being a rapist because that's the stigma. It never goes away. So even if they try to do some type of community service or he has to join a program or whatever it is, got to outreach and all that stuff, there's always going to be a big section of the community that look at him as a predator. It will never change.
Well, yeah, but
they still talk about Michael Vick to this day as a dog mauler or whatever.
Yeah, but they accept him, not accept him in a way. They forgave him.
Yeah,
and he's still doing work.
Right. It'll never change.
It'll never change. He's still doing work, and he's still doing seminars. He's still talking about, realizing what's wrong and what's right.
Yeah.
But they could do the same thing, and he's going to Cleveland. Cleveland signs everyone who has a domestic problem.
Yeah.
All right. What was that one running back that they had? Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
How many games Kareem Hunt got? How many games did he get?
How many games did Hunt got? Did he? He got 8 games?
He got like 8 games, right? So that was 8 games when they were still 16.
Right.
So was it now 18 games now? So you give Watson, give him the ladder, you give him 10 games.
What did Big Ben get, though?
Exactly.
Big Ben got... Damn, that's a good question. What did he get?
He didn't get that much.
And he did that at a time where the NFL wasn't giving out big suspensions back then. And they regretted that. So listen, I hear that the NFL is pushing for
a year.
They're pushing for a year.
But
they may get it.
He's not.
But I believe the arbiter may just say, I think he may fall in line with what you're saying. 11 games and call it
10, 11 games.
Yeah.
Call it quits.
Right.
Big hefty fine.
Right.
And then, you know, if you really want to make an example, take away a couple of draft picks from the team that signs a person with a domestic past like that. Find them. Now, you have to think twice about when you make that mistake.
So when you talk about draft pick, you're talking about like take away their first and seconds.
First and seconds.
You know what?
For consecutive years.
That's not a bad idea.
You want to sign him.
Right.
He's a great talent.
If you want to sign him,
no problem.
That's actually not.
But you're going to have to forfeit your first and second.
I would say take up the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, but see, then that's where it's gonna, you know, in the draft, the first 3 rounds is vital.
Well, that's the whole point.
It's vital, but if you take your first, you take away 2 firsts and 2 seconds. You know, that's a big sting. It's really gonna hurt.
I mean, that's fair.
It's gonna make owners think twice. Like, do we really need this guy? He's at a very checkered past.
Mission to Kev right now. Ooh,
you know.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
They'll never hire you because
they won't. But then
skin complexion, you know that.
Well, see, that's another problem too. That's another problem too.
They ain't gonna hire you.
Claus said, "What did Big Ben get?"
That's true.
Big Ben is a different skin complexion as Deshaun Watson.
That's it.
Is Deshaun Watson gonna be the martyr?
We'll see.
Is he the martyr? Is he gonna have to fall on that sword?
We'll see. I got 2 more topics before I get into the greatest segment on the planet. Right. This one is a little bit more serious. This falls into the Deshaun Watson category. You know, it's Miles Bridges. Plays for the Charlotte Hornets. He was found. He got charged with domestic battery. Yeah. Beat up his wife. Yeah. And he was supposed to get the big extension this summer. What do you do with a kid like that? Talented, on the verge of superstardom. Now his entire career is at stake. If you're an organization, if you're the NBA, what steps do you take? Because I really don't realize, I don't understand the process in the NBA. It's a little different than the NFL, right? But when something happens like this in the NBA, do guys get suspended for the year? I know when you fail a drug test and stuff like that, they ban you, right? But
a weed test. Right.
What is the situation now? Like, what happens to Miles Bridges?
That's tough because he's young, he's talented. And look, you shouldn't put your hands on a female ever. It doesn't matter, man. Look, if that's your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, don't put your hands, because you wouldn't want someone putting hands on your mother,
right,
or your grandmother,
right,
or your daughters. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have that respect. But in the same time, you know, you gotta learn how to walk away. But the NBA, you can't just throw them away, because then you'll get another Jarvis Crittenton.
Right.
You know, you don't want that.
Like, where's the happy medium? Like, where do you fall if you're an organization? Like,
well, it's the same thing.
Because I don't think Charlotte's gonna cut him, right?
No,
I don't think they're gonna cut him. Obviously, there's some disciplinary stuff that is gonna happen. He may even face jail time. So we may be talking about a different situation in a couple months. But it's tough, man. I really feel bad for all the parties involved. I feel bad for Miles Bridges' career. I don't feel bad for him as a person because he put himself in this situation. But, you know, this happens a lot, and I don't understand why I don't understand why people just don't learn, bro. It's like
Like, you know, it's tough. It's tough when you're used to, like you said about Deshaun. When you're used to hearing yes, 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 yes. Even when they say no, it's still yes, 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 because that's all you're used to hearing. Miles Bridges is used to getting whatever he wants. So I don't know what the situation is with his wife or whatever, but for you to put your hands on your wife or any woman, you must have just lost it. She must have pushed that button regardless. It doesn't matter. And you just lost it. Now, his career might be jeopardized. I don't think Charlotte's gonna throw him away, but he's gonna lose a lot of money. And if he goes to jail, then he could kiss that NBA career goodbye, pretty much. Yeah. Because at least 2 years gone, 3 years gone, or whatever.
That's crazy. Like, it's very, very disappointing and heartbreaking. And, you know, I feel, like I said, I feel bad for his wife. You know, all the other women that deal with domestic violence is just, and listen, domestic violence, period. You know, it works both ways.
It works both ways.
Works both ways. We saw Amber Heard beat the hell out of Johnny Depp and he won. Right? So, yeah, like,
but did he though?
Domestic violence, period.
Did he win?
He did win.
Or was it that her representation was just
he won? Because garbage. There was no way you was gonna be able to defend her and win. She was foul. You know what I mean? But you know, domestic violence is not a game. It's not a joke. And you know, I hope that justice is done the right way.
Yeah.
I hope he does. You know, maybe he got to serve some time to really understand what's going on. You know what I mean? A lot of times, you know, these guys get a slap on the wrist and they're out to do the same thing to somebody else.
Right.
So maybe he does need to sit there for a little bit and
gather his thoughts.
Kind of gather his thoughts. Facts.
He needs to.
Next thing I want to talk about, Kev, is that situation in baseball. Did you hear about Freddie Freeman's agent lying to him about the Atlanta Braves offering him a contract for him to stay in Atlanta because he wanted Freddie Freeman to take the bag in Los Angeles?
But he lost the bag.
Nah, he got more money.
No.
He got more money for LA.
Matt Olson got re-signed for more money.
Right, but
he signed for in LA.
They signed Matt Olson because they didn't hear back from Freddie Freeman's representation.
But if they would have stressed Freddie Freeman's agent he's a moron. But if Atlanta would have stressed his agent, if they really wanted Freddie Freeman,
yeah,
they would have just called Freddie Freeman.
Come on, son, that don't happen,
Listen,
bro.
Look,
that don't happen, Kevin. Remember, there's always representation.
Remember when DeAndre Jordan was like the toast of the NBA centers?
I don't understand why, but I agree with you.
And he went. You know, he signed with Dallas,
right?
Then reneged.
Right.
Why did he renege? All the guys from the Clippers, they came over and they were like, "Look, we're building something. You're a vital asset to what we're building, right?" So they just kept him there. Look, we want you here. You're not signing with Dallas.
Okay.
You're not leaving here until you say you're signing with us.
So what you trying to tell me that you
they should have kidnapped him.
You trying to tell me that you blaming the Braves players?
I'm blaming no, not the players. I'm blaming the Braves management. I'm blaming his agent. But then, bro, you're a Dodger. Who cares?
Because maybe he wanted to stay in Atlanta.
You have a better chance of winning another chip with the Dodgers, not the Braves.
Maybe he liked whatever scene is in Atlanta.
I understand. They drafted him. He went through, A-ball and he came up and, sob story. Yeah, they won a world, blah, 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 blah. Bro, you're a Dodger. Grow up here. Suck it up.
Damn,
it didn't happen.
Harsh.
Look, bro, listen.
Harsh, man.
I don't like
the man
all
was
the
hurt.
crying.
The man was hurt.
All the crying.
He was hurt.
It's you're a grown man. You're a grown man with a family.
See,
all right?
That's how I know that I can't tell you anything personal because you just
we're different.
Grow up.
No.
You a man.
Don't
cry.
We have a different understanding.
Or your Lakers is bad. Well, so what?
Yeah, but you tell me my Knicks are horrible.
Yeah, but I console you a little bit.
You tease me about my Rangers.
I do not tease about anything. I don't tease anybody. I don't tease anybody.
You know,
Paul, do I tease people?
Well,
You wasn't supposed to agree to that, fam.
yo, it happens. We tease each other. This is the love.
I do not tease
teasing.
anybody. Okay?
If
It's
I
not
didn't
on-
if I
it's
didn't
not on
tease you
record for none of that.
If I didn't tease you, that means I have no love for you.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that this is an abusive relationship.
No, it's not an abusive relationship. It's just an understanding
You're Liza
that
Minnelli and I'm the husband.
it's just that, you know, your teams suck and my teams are
That's
great.
what I'm saying. That's abuse.
That's
That's
it.
verbal abuse.
Other than your Lakers, you have no winning at all. Other than your Lakers.
You just want to attack me on my own show.
No, the attack would be there should be an asterisk next to the Lakers
All right, we're
championship.
going to move on. We're going to move on. Because I'll kick you out of here.
It should say-
I'll kick you out of here if you start
It
talking
should
about my
say
Lakers.
bubble ship. Not an NBA championship, but a bubble ship.
We're going to move on. We're going to
Right?
move on.
That the Nets should have won.
We're going to move on to the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Right?
Right. The best part.
Best part of the show.
The
for
best
me.
part.
And the reason why it's the best part is because I get to make fun of people.
Yeah.
I get to laugh at your ineptitude. You know, I get to entertain Nicole behind the camera. She laughs all the time.
Boom.
You know, Claw, he gets a kick out of it. You'll get a kick out of it too.
I get a kick out of it. Watch
Who do you
it.
think the winner is this week?
There's only one
There's only
winner.
one? Chloe,
There's
who you think it
only
is?
one. There's only one.
Claw gives me the head nod. There's only one.
There's only
Nicole,
one.
who do you think it is?
Same as last week.
No. Not the same as last week. You were close. That's
Close.
fine.
Kind of close. Kind of close.
May I have a drum roll, please? And the winner for this week's Dummy of the Week is the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are my winners for the Dummy of the Week
Dummy, yeah.
because you go from this world beater, this superstar team, this people are going to Nets games and it's a thing to do. They got their phones, they on IG. Oh, I'm at the Barclays Center. You got all the hippies down there doing all types of nonsense. They asking people, you going to the Nets game? We don't go to MSG no more. You got Brooklyn Nets fans talking, belittling Knicks fans.
They're not popular.
For years, right? Oh, y'all are dumpster fire. I have a friend who's a Nets fan. He's the only one I know. And he bashes Knicks fans. Calls you guys pathetic. Well, I have something to say to you today. Who is the most pathetic team in the NBA right now? It's not NBA Siberia, which is Sacramento.
No.
It's not NBA Bermuda. They're doing good things down there in Orlando. No. It's not NBA Transylvania in Oklahoma City because they have a whole bunch of young players and picks. The most despicable team right now is the Brooklyn Nets. They have attached their horse to 3 guys that you should never attach your horse to. Ever. You got one guy, right?
Don't blame James.
What do you mean you don't blame James?
Blame James.
James likes strip clubs and likes to come into the season fat.
Yeah, but he
so
saw
you
the
can
writing
blame
on the
him
wall.
too.
He saw the writing on the
You
wall.
can blame him too. He left. He was smart to leave.
Yes.
KYRIE, Mr. PTO, says, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to take it. I want to take days off. Somebody's doing something for the community. I want to take days off. Then you got KD, who's the most sensitive player in NBA history, right?
Yeah.
You decided to do this to yourselves. The Nets decided at a meeting, okay, well, what are we gonna do? We need a splash. We need KD, but you know that we gotta take Kyrie too. That's a problem. No. Everything is gonna be fine. We're gonna take him and we're gonna be able to fix him, right? We'll fix Kyrie. And how did they decide to do that? Not let's go get a strong coach. No. Let's go pick a guy off the street that's never coached before. It's Steve Nash. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. And Nets fans, Steve Nash is going to be the next Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr.
We're not popular enough.
Yo,
The Knicks aren't popular enough.
the Knicks aren't. As a Knicks fan, Kevin, how do you feel right now? Do you feel vindicated as a Knicks fan seeing the dumpster fire and the implosion of the Nets?
Like the man said, the Knicks aren't popular enough.
Right.
I love this.
Yeah. I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a Golden State fan, but I am a fan of watching dumpster fires. I am one of those people that'll have a pop. You know, I have my popcorn and I'll watch a car accident, make sure everybody's okay. But I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch NASCAR just for the flips.
Just for the flips. Just for
And
the crashes.
Brooklyn, this is exactly what they are. They are a NASCAR accident because they've never been smart.
Never.
They've always been a desperate. They're like that guy that he hasn't had a girlfriend in like 10 years, and then the worst person comes along,
Grabs
gives him a little attention, and now he's a simp, right?
Yep.
That's who the Brooklyn Nets are.
They're the Simps of the NBA.
That's how they're the simps of the NBA. The Brooklyn
Simps.
Brooklyn Sims. I like that. Oh, can we trademark that? Can we
No,
trademark
we
that?
can't. We can't say that
What do you mean?
because now we're bashing Brooklyn.
Yes,
No, as a borough,
I'm fine with that. I'm from Queens.
Queens love.
I'm from Queens. So that don't mean nothing to me because most Brooklyn people don't even root for the Nets. They don't root for the Nets. They're Knicks fans. So it don't matter.
I heard the funniest thing yesterday.
Huh.
They said since the Brooklyn Nets are exploding right now,
Yes.
all the fake Net fans, now they could go back living their real lives being Knicks fans.
Right. Facts. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know,
That's definitely a good one.
I wish I could remember the person who said that to me,
Right.
but I can't.
Listen, I have an idea. I have an idea for the NBA. The NBA's listening. Joe Tsai, you're a billionaire. You should move the Brooklyn Nets to a city that actually wants a basketball team. You already have one in New York. People love the Knicks. I don't, but they are an establishment here. Move the Nets to Seattle. Make them the Sonics. Make them the Sonics. We don't need Brooklyn here because if they're going to do stuff like this, why should we have two inept teams in New York?
Wow.
That's my thing.
That's not a
That's
bad
my
idea.
thing. So move them to New Mexico, move them to Seattle, move them anywhere.
Move them to Vancouver.
Arizona, like that.
No.
Yeah.
Not Arizona. They already got the Suns.
Yeah, Phoenix, they can have another one.
No,
Nobody cares.
No.
Nobody cares about Phoenix.
Send them to Vancouver.
Send them to Vancouver. Nobody cares about
Nobody
Vancouver.
cares about
That's
Vancouver.
good. That's good.
They're going to be second fiddle to Toronto anyway because
That's
Toronto
facts.
has a chip.
I like that.
Because of?
Because of Kawhi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it all goes
Oh my
back
God,
to
we can put this
Kawhi.
stuff- Just stop. Just stop it. So the Brooklyn Nets, you guys are the laughing stock of the NBA. You guys are the biggest losers in free agency right now, but you're winners for Dummy of the Week. That's all for this show. That's all for this week. Kev, my man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. This was fun. You know, I was scared, you know, for you to be on the show because you're a wild card, and there's things that fly out of your mouth, pause, that I can't really trust.
Yeah,
But you did good.
I think I told you I was going to behave.
Yeah.
Next
I think that came from the wife though.
Yeah, but next time though, beware. So all y'all athletes out there, beware. Don't mess up.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I mean? I hold receipts.
Nicole, Claw, we out of here. See you next week. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast. Listen to the show on Podbeam, Amazon Music, Spotify, and wherever you find your podcasts available. And check out my YouTube channel, All Even Podcast. And don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button.
My son is the champ, so get over it.